We are just about to start. Excellent. Yeah. All right. So this morning, some cool stuff came up that that I want to share. Let's see. Let me just type something in here. So whether you're watching live or watching on YouTube later or podcast later, my podcast is called When Doctors Don't Have Answers. So, I got my start helping people with chronic conditions and then the mysterious conditions, the autoimmune conditions. And as I got into it, I realized more and more that there's also a lot of internal game stuff, internal beliefs and things that can be part of the whole thing that's holding people back or slowing them down or just plain stopping people from getting healthy and getting happy and getting whole. So something came up today, like who would you have to be if you got everything you wanted? If you got all your dreams, if they all came true, your financial dreams, your health dreams, your relationship dreams, your impact, your purpose, all that stuff, if you got to be doing what you really want to do and doing it in the way that you want to do it, you'd be hanging around different people, right? And what would it be like? So I was thinking back about when Ben, my little boy, he's 7. He was 6 when he started in this group, this running group here in Bellingham. And there's the kids that are up to like 5th grade. So Ben ran with one of the first time, I think, first or second time, and second time or so, I remember, because we were in a different spot. So he walked right up to these 2 5th graders, and they were talking among themselves, two little dudes, and he just walked up just like he's one of them and started talking to them, and they looked down at him like, like, what are you doing talking to us? Now that was my own internal judgment about it, right? Like they might have just been looking down, and it wasn't anything like that, but it kind of pushed my buttons, like, those guys, they're like, treating him like he's less than them. It just kind of pushed the button, and but it didn't push a button in Ben. He was all excited and cool, and so years ago, I had a pattern where certain people, I kind of put myself in a hierarchy position. And it was a thing that runners tended to do when you met in a new group of fast runners. People kind of sized everybody up to see who's fast, who's made Olympic teams, who's made Olympic trials teams, who's, fast, who just looks fast, who's not fast. And there were, what school did you go to? And did you run varsity, and that kind of thing. There was like a hierarchy. And in the physical therapy world, there was that also. There was this thing as well where you would walk into a class of manual therapists, and there was the instructor and then all the assistants, and then there was certain people that had been in whatever system that class was all about that were far along in it and really advanced, and there was people that were new to it, and then there was very newbies, and you could feel the tension in those rooms. There was a hierarchy, and people kind of judged and put people in certain spots. And so as I was doing my meditation this morning, my looking inside process, that all came up, like, who would you have to be if you got everything you wanted? Because you would be hanging around different people, right? And my friend and coach that I started with as a runner back in San Diego, I was in my mid-20s or so, and I was running with a group of really fast runners, and it was way beyond my level. I was working so hard, and I just fell flat on my face on a trail. But it was a flat trail, and there was a puddle, but there was no reason to fall. I think I just fell because I was so blasted. I was getting blasted, and my coach then just said, "Ralphie, you're going to be," that's what he called me. He said, "Ralphie, you're going to be the boss of this run. Just keep showing up." And I never got to be Olympic level or anything like that, but I got to be pretty darn good. And that run was one of my most funnest things to do and I was one of the top guys on the Sunday run. And the group brought me along, and I got to be one of those guys. So this thing that what would you be? There's a way to dismantle and clear those internal objections. Because if you think about it, you could do it right now even. If you think about, okay, if you really got everything you wanted, your dreams came true, and you were living a different life, you'd be hanging around with some different people. I mean, some of your friends might have come along and been with you right now, but some of them you'd be with new people, you know? Maybe you'd be with a movie star or a TV star or somebody that is doing something really big in the world, and that would be your people. You would walk into the room and that's who you would be hanging around with. And so when you think about that, your version of what it would be like to have what you want, who would be those people that you'd be around? And would you be comfortable? Would you be having fun? Would it be pushing some internal objection buttons? And you know when those show up, right? Because there's some sort of like pain or angst or something in your body that shows up and is like, oh, golly. So it can happen around different levels of things, like people that have more money than you, people that have more experience or training than you, people that are happier than you, people that didn't come from an abusive family, people that you know, seem to be just doing just fine in life, driving certain kinds of cars, and their families look really good. And then you can, the thought of like being one of their friends, does it push a button? So that's your session today. You might want to just notice that. Like, what happens in your body when you think of getting everything you want? Who would you be? What would you be doing? Who would you be hanging out with? And are there some internal objections that are showing up in your body? Do you feel any angst in there? Because that's what I found is where the gold is. That's where the transformation is. And so what I found is a way to go right to that and then unravel it, dismantle it, so that the next time you think about having the life that you want, the dreams that you want come true, your health, your relationships, your abundance, the way you live, it doesn't push an internal objection button. You don't feel the angst anymore. And what I found is you can't do it with your mind. You can try, and you could probably get a lot of work done, but you're not going to convince yourself, right? Because if you're afraid of heights, you could do all the convincing you want, and you're not going to go to the edge of that cliff. Or if you think a certain way about yourself, you're maybe never going to get to the point where you can be comfortable hanging around with the people that already have what you want. So there is a way to shift it, but it's not with the mind. It's not with thoughts. It's not with that sort of thing. Now you can overcome fear by just like busting through it, like I did with that running group. I just kept showing up, and then I became one of them. There is something to say about that, right? Like just keep on keeping on. But if you're running into a pattern that just keeps showing up and you want to find a way to clear that internal objection so that you can flow freely towards that dream and see things change right in the real world, that's what I am interested in, and there's something to do for that. And so I found a really cool way to do that, and I've been letting people know different versions of how to get that, because it's such a big thing. It's been such a big thing for me and Jen. And if you want that, you can go to ralphhavens.com. That's www.ralphhavens.com/enlightenup. ENLIGHTENUP. ralphhavens.com/enlightenup. And I've got a PDF explaining it more, and a process that you can use, and also a video of a session that we did. I do group sessions once a month, and even other group sessions. And it's what I use with my clients, my one-on-one clients. Really powerful, really good, and I hope you get it. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your dreams are. Let me know if you feel any internal objections, and then go ahead and grab this this PDF and this video that I have for you. It's free. Just enter your email and I can send it to you. It'll be right in your inbox. ralphhavens.com/enlighten up. So great to see you guys all on. Let me just check Facebook and see how everybody's looking. Awesome. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate it, man. If anybody wants to get some really good detox, go find Brett Bauer. I see him on our thing right now. Amazing stuff. So, all right. So ralphhavens.com/enlighten up, and I will see you all tomorrow. All right now. Bye.